Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, so today I'm gonna be re-demoing my Jadwal Sholat screen dart. So over here, without further ado, let's just start. Over here I'm recording with Android Studio. As usual, at the main dart we have added the new button function, which is video kajian. So when we click this, Jadwal Sholat, video kajian is for the next video. When we click Jadwal Sholat, it will enter and do its thing. And when it enters, it will go to video kajian's. It will go to Jadwal Sholat screen, as you can see over here. Let's go back up. Now over here, as usual, we have our imports over here, which will be explained later too. Over here, we have a stateful widget. So what does stateful widget do? As usual, stateful widget makes it possible to edit the current UI. Like in Zakat screen, we can actually edit what's happening here. And over here, these two buttons over here are gonna, these two text over here are gonna change. So same goes to Jadwal Salat, but I'm gonna explain the changing part in a bit. So over here we have this continues the state. So first of all, it will make a state, the current state that you can see over here. First of all, it will make a list, and then it will check if the loading is true, and it will show loading as you saw before. If I will restart, you guys should. Oh, it's not this application. This one. It should show up if you've just newly downloaded it, but because this is not my first time downloading it, it didn't show up. And then this over here, oops, too much. Uh, um, ah. Over here we'll create a. First of all, this makes a list with the data needed for later. So this makes a function. Well, I wouldn't say it's a function, but this makes a feature that later, if the data is already filled, it could be called to look up this link over here. And if we have already received the data from the link, then it will return the data down to the code under or right over here, somewhere down. But if it did not receive the data from the link, it will show gagal mengambil data, and then also show failed to load Jadwal Salat. And over here, it will automatically. Over here we have override void in state, so it will automatically run any code that's inside these sign that's already aligned over here, as you can see over here. So if I put override, it will also run the code simultaneously with other codes that are currently running. And then over here, if the city name does not exist, for example null, or is empty, so it cannot detect the city name, it will automatically return it as Bogor. And then over here, this code on line 51 will automatically make the code will automatically make the name of the city to small letters. So example, before the Bogor was big B, but now it will change it to small b. And over here, it will replace all the unneeded words like kota, kabupaten, regency, city. And then, if there are still these four words in one of the names, like Kabupaten Bogor, Bogor City, or all the ones listed over here, it will automatically change it to the one beside it. Like, as example, Kabupaten Bogor will be changed to Bogor, Malang City will be changed to Malang, and then Surabaya City will be changed to Surabaya. Then, let me read this first. So over here, if you've just installed the application, it will first of all ask permission to get your location. So later a pop-up will show up over here. May I get your location? That's what pop-up means. Then then we can click grant. Yes, it's granted. You're allowed to take the location. So over here, if it is granted, if the set is granted later, well, first of all, on line 79, it will get the location, and then it will get the specific longitude and latitudes. And then um, over here, after it gets the location, longitude, and latitude, it will fill in the data needed for the URL up here. See city. After that, it will also fill the month and the year. As you can see, string month and string year. It will fill to where is it? These city, month, year. After that, city, month, year. It will list it in the format city, month, year. So the urutan, you could say. And then it will fetch Jadwal Sholat. It will activate the code that I said before. So as you can see, Jadwal Sholat, it will activate the URL. After it will get the data and fill the data. And then if it's already gotten the data, it will set state. So set state is to change the current UI that's available on the current screen. So it will set state, change the state or the UI or the data of this screen. It will change the Jadwal Salat, the time, the location name, the Bogor agency as you can see over here, and it's loading. The loading, it will turn it to false, so it's not loading anymore, so it won't show this screen anymore, the loading. And then if this try, in this try section, if it received an error, or if it's error, it'll print over here error fetching location or the salat. But if the location is not granted, then it will print location permission not granted. So it's two different things over here. Over here, override. Let me read this for a sec. So over here, first of all, it will widget build. So first of all, I'll build the widget first to do. Then it will fill in the formats, the year, month, date for today. Then it will make sure that this code over here, it will make sure that the data that we're taking from the URL before is the correct data, which is the data today, according to the date on your device. After that, it will make a scaffold, as usual, scaffold for the canvas of this whole screen. Before we were only making the data, we're making sure the data is working. Now we're actually making the screen. First of all, make an app bar. Where does app bar finish? Over here, as usual, making the app bar, the top part, the orange part over here. As you can see, Poppins Medium over here, the Solat, the button, icon button over here, pop. So when we click, it will pop into a new screen. And then the icons, the colors, yeah, the usual app bar. Then body is loading. So if it's loading, if the body is still loading, then it will detect if it's loading. So if Jadwal Salat is still null, then it will show fail to load Jadwal Salat. But if it's not, if Jadwal Salat is not null, then it will continue to make a container. Then over here we have the usual, make the colors, and then the child can stack. As you can see over here, we have background, also the container. And then we'll make asset image big header. As you can see, this is the asset that we need. And then it will make this. Then it will make a children's sized box. This one, the white one over here. Wait, let me read this for a sec. No, it's making the top part, the EDMM, and then format, date format. Then it will set the text style. Then after that, it'll create another text box. So before we were only adding the date, the month, and the day name. Now we're adding, sorry, the second one, height 16, as you can slightly see. Buku Regency Pamijahan, and then it'll make it a row because we want to also put the icon over here. So first of all, put the icon first and set the colors, and then this is gonna be making a size box in between, the size of 6 pixels. It'll make a text. It's taking location. If we haven't received the location, since if it's still loading, let me try to check. Yeah, it already instantly shows up because if it's already taken the data. But if it's already taking the location, it will show the location name. As you can see, Bogor Regency, Pamijahan. It will make another size box for this. It will set the edge insets for the horizontal and vertical alignments. Then it will set the decorations for the box. Like maybe we want it to be circular, to be more round on the edges. We add it to be 12. And we want the color constant white from color constant. This file over here. Then we'll make another child with the child kind is a column, so it's gonna stack from bottom to top. And for that we have children, so it's gonna be a lot. Then we have time. Now let's move to another screen for a sec. Over here, time is a class. So what is a class? A class is basically a blueprint for other code. So when time is called, then the class will activate. First of all, it will make some data that we need, and then it will tell which data is required, like 100% required for the blueprint to run. After that, we have the usual override, so it will run instantly. Then widget build, so it will build a widget. Then it's a row because subuh, and then time, then the image is from left to right, and it will just put the text according to the data over here. As you can see, the prey, you see the prey. So first of all, it will put the text prey. As you can see, it's subhu over here. Then it will put the textile, the needed textile. After that, it will put spacer, so it will automatically make space between the text and the next widget to the max. Then we also have time. So over here, time is filled according to the data that's taken from your device. I've read time over here, text time. Now also the text same like text before. Then same goes to image. No, image is not. Oh yeah, since same goes to image. So image it will take the asset from assets. Where's assets? Assets over here. Images. It'll take from one of those images. Then it will automatically put it over here. Then it just repeats until the end. So I think that would be all for today's video. Hope you have a great day. Sorry if it's a bit confusing the way I explain it. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.